Danny T.
What's up, my boy? King Sports 1.
King.
You know what I hear first.
Sports.
You know we cover every turf.
1.
The best broadcast presenter. Danny T, the best broadcast presenter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King Sports 1, once again powered by King's Castle. Now, this week in sport has been very up and down. I do not know what to say or how to elaborate on things, but I will do that because that's exactly what I do. I elaborate on things. Now, in the Champions League, just today, Liverpool took on the great, the grandiose, El Merengue. They took on Los Blancos, Real Madrid, in a Champions League quarterfinal match. Now, Real Madrid have won the Champions League the most times. We know about that decorated history with your Zidans and your Ronaldos and your Beckhams and your Steve McManaman. But let me be clear. It was a great match, and like I said, it was a rematch from the Champions League final of 2018. Now, Liverpool were coming out for some revenge. They both haven't had a great season so far, but Liverpool came out fighting. They were doing a little jab out there, but at the end of the day, Real Madrid's players that don't normally step up, that don't normally do anything, actually stood up in this game. Now, you have veteran players like Luka Modric and Toni Kroos in the middle of the field who are the wrong side of 30, but they are still class players and they know how to navigate a situation, especially if your team isn't doing well in that situation. But at the same time, Liverpool they weren't themselves today. They look like how they've been looking in the league all year, which is lost, up Ass's Creek without a paddle. They haven't been doing what they have to do. Now in Champions League, at least they've been able to express themselves freely. Today, they didn't. They couldn't do it. And Real Madrid ran rampant on them today. And Vinicius Jr., who I like to say is a poor man's Robinho, and Robinho wasn't even that special. Vinicius Jr. got 2 goals today, and he doesn't normally do anything. He's just there. He is a talent, but it's a talent that goes unnurtured because it seems like at Real Madrid, they don't like to nurture talent, but he stepped up, and you know what they say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So at the same time, Vinicius Jr., we salute you, sir. Liverpool lost today, 3-1 to Real Madrid. And Real Madrid, I just want to give you kudos because your season has been, as bad as Liverpool's season has been, your season's been worse. So for you to step up and without your captain, Sergio Ramos, I take my hat off to you and I salute you and I just say, I look forward to the second leg because this is only half time. This is only half time. This isn't full time yet, people. Liverpool can still do this, but they just need a little, a little UFC knee or something like that. Man, I think I pulled something. But that's what they need. They need somebody to come from the back and smack outside their head and say, let's go. It's time to play ball. And I trust in Jurgen Klopp that he will make sure that Liverpool do that in the second leg. Now, on to our next game. We had Manchester City, the league leaders in the Premiership, the runaway league leaders in the Premiership, versus Borussia Dortmund. Now, Dortmund, they have a lot of young talent. They have people like Erling Haaland, who everybody wants. His dad and Mano Ronaldo have been going around the world to shop this guy out to different teams. They were spotted in Barcelona having a meeting with the president for 2 hours. So he is serious about leaving Borussia Dortmund, who has been nurturing him and has been giving him that platform for him to get better. Now, Manchester City even won him, but they have different stars too, like Jude Bellingham from England. They have Jadon Sancho. They have Giovanni Reina from America, Claudio Reina's son. Claudio Reina also used to play for Manchester City, as did Erling Haaland's dad. He played for Manchester City too. So it's a lot of links between the two teams right now. But at the same time, this game between Manchester City and Borussia Dortmund today was a very cagey affair. Manchester City didn't do what they needed to do. They kept possession, they controlled the game. I understood where Pep was going with it, but again, Pep in quarterfinals, that's like his tradition where he overthinks things. Now, Manchester City took the lead through Kevin De Bruyne in the first half, and it was a beautiful strike. And Kevin De Bruyne is probably the best midfielder in the world right now. But guess what? We can't pat ourselves on the back because the job isn't done. You're 1-0 up. It's the 82nd minute. There's 90 minutes in the game. How do you let Ruiz run free and tuck a goal in to make it 1-1? Now, I understand Manchester City supporters. They're probably like, here we go again. Pep's overthinking things. We should have 3 or 4 goals. Foden has missed a lot of chances today. And if Aguero was on the field, he would have at least tucked away 2 of those chances. So we always second guess the manager. We're all managers. But at the same time, Pep believed in his team, stuck with his team, and we got the actual winner in the 90th minute from Phil Foden. And Phil Foden is one of England's greatest stars. Now, they keep talking about Erling Haaland because he is getting shopped around to the biggest clubs in the world. But Phil Foden, this guy is out of this world. And because he supported Manchester City, they know that there is no way that he is going anywhere because he loves Manchester City. But Manchester City lead the first leg from Dortmund 2-1. So both legs, both teams are finally balanced. Dortmund got their away goal, so it's going to be very interesting to see if Pep Guardiola could finally, in the last 5 years, make it out of a quarterfinal. And we'll see if he can do that. Premier League action this weekend that happened. Manchester United. Oh my days, what can I say about Manchester United that everybody hasn't already said? I won't say anything. Chelsea, the biggest surprise of the weekend, they lost to relegation threatened, almost like grave condition, like they're already dead and buried. Chelsea lost to West Bromwich Albion. Now, West Bromwich Albion, they have a couple of good players. They got Maitland-Niles from Arsenal on loan. You know, they have a couple of veterans around the team now. Sam Allardyce has that team playing strong. Chelsea took a 1-0 lead. Everything was going hunky-dory. And then something happened. Thiago Silva got sent off. So when Thiago Silva got sent off, West Brom came back into the game. They started to believe. They should fight. They went up. It was 1-1. Then it was 2-1. Then it was 3-1. Then it was 4-1, 4-2, 5-2 to West Brom over Chelsea. Now, Thomas Tuchel, you're not too cool this week. You know why? Because your team lost 5-2 against a team that is dead and buried. Albeit a Sam Allardyce team, and I love Big Sam. You know, he does his thing. Big Sam is his old school, you know, I picture him driving a tractor trailer or something, but Big Sam knows how to organize a defense. He knows how to organize a team, and they actually put on something great for their fans. I'm happy that West Brom fans have something to smile about because it's been such an abysmal season. It hasn't been fun. Nobody likes to watch losers. I know when I was a loser, the girls wouldn't watch me either. So I know how it feels, West Brom, and I feel for you. But I wasn't a loser for too long. Just like you. You came back and you weren't a loser. And you stepped up to the challenge. You stepped up to the plate, and you made sure that Chelsea felt how you've been feeling all year. So kudos, West Brom. Chelsea, what can I say? You guys have got to step it up. I mean, we had an international break. You guys had some time to take off. And you guys came back to your actual team, your club that's paying you a lot of money, and acted like you didn't know how to play football. How can you act like you don't know how to play football when you are some of the highest paid players in the world? When you're the highest paid players in the world, you have to deliver. Because if you don't deliver, please, please, please don't let your fans get a hold of you. You're lucky it's a pandemic. You're lucky that they weren't in the stadium because it was trash. Fix it. Fix it. That's all I have to say about that. Now, I will move on to Jose Mourinho. Did you hear that he settled Tottenham to play against Newcastle United? Little old Newcastle, a team that is getting dragged into the relegation battle, a team that doesn't have a point on the edge of their pen. A team that nobody fears. A team that doesn't go forward. Newcastle United take a 1-0 lead against Jose Mourinho's Tottenham Hotspur. Now, it takes a world-class player to step up and say, I can't take this mediocrity anymore. Harry Kane steps up, Harry Kane shows out, and he shows up for his team. And he scores 2 quick-fire goals, so Tottenham take a 2-1 lead. Now, it doesn't mean to say that Newcastle were playing bad. They were dominating the game, but when you dominate a game, you have to convert your chances. If you don't convert your chances, then you will be punished. And I absolutely agree that Callum Wilson was missing. He is a natural born striker. The boy, he can play. That boy kick ball, heard me? But at the same time, Callum Wilson wasn't there. So they had to depend on other people. Now, Joe Linton, he scored the first goal. He doesn't normally score, but I was proud that he scored another goal. And he normally always scores against Spurs, which is kind of crazy because Spurs are normally a good team, but I digress. Now, Newcastle get a second goal at the end of the game, which is no more than they deserve because it was definitely a great game. They deserved the win. Jose Mourinho, typical crying, moaning, complaining that his players didn't do what he wanted them to do. He's always blaming the players. Jose Mourinho, please, you've already been my dud of the week. Like, stop making yourself a candidate for dud of the week. Like, just coach your team, coach them up, make them bullies, like you say all the time. I want to make them bullies. I want to make them bullies. I want to make other teams fear us. Make that happen on the pitch, brother man, because if you don't make it happen on the pitch, then it's scary. So Jose Mourinho, please, just trust in your players. Trust in them. If you trust in them, they'll trust in you. It's kind of like a relationship, you know? If my girlfriend trusts in me that I will come home when I say that I'm coming home, then you have to trust in your players are going to put the ball in that old onion bag, brother man. Because if you don't, then they aren't going to be with you. And if they're not with you and they check out mentally before they check out physically, then you're done. You know what that means? You get the sack. You're out of here.
You're fired!
You get what I'm saying? So let's not be a loser. Let's be winners. Okay, Jose, this is the last time I'm gonna say it to you. It's the last time because, bro, that clock, it's ticking. It's ticking, brother, man. It's ticking on your career and you might not get another chance. So straighten out. Now, I'm moving back to another part where I saw a game which was out of this world. Norwich City, who are trying to come back into the Premiership, won 7-0 today against Huddersfield, lowly Huddersfield. Let's have a moment of silence for them. Okay, Norwich City played so great today. They were up 5-0 at the half, and they just had to finish the job. Now, Huddersfield were in the Premiership not too long ago. Norwich City are trying to bounce right back. So, kudos to them. And I appreciate you, Norwich City. I hope you have a brilliant end to the campaign because I really want to see it. And your fans deserve it. Hey, shout out Dillian Smith. Hey, she used to cook. She used to be on a cooking show and all that back in the day in England. But I digress. Now, to Ligue 1, where Lille, top of the table Lille, played PSG. Now, PSG have an embarrassment of riches in France. They have your Neymars and your Kylian Mbappes and your every other star that you want to think of. PSG have them. They have Mauricio Pochettino, who was one of the most sought after managers in the world. And Lille beat them 1-0, where again, Neymar, who is 27 years old, he's not a young man, got sent off. Now, when you're playing against minnows, and that's exactly what Lille are, minnows, and it's a top two clash, I am failing to see in my brain where Neymar gets off, getting sent off in a game like that. An important game in the league. Neymar is flopping. Neymar, there's no words to describe it, bro. Like, I think about great Brazilian players of the past, like your Ronaldinhos, and your Kakas, and your Ronaldos, and your Rivaldos, and your Romarios. Neymar doesn't make that list for me. Do you know why he doesn't make that list? Because he didn't do it at any point at the top level by himself, without Messi by him. Neymar, I can't mess with you right now, brother man. Now, you and Jose Mourinho, you're neck and neck right now with me for the dud of the week, brother man. And it's gonna be one of you two. But I'm just saying you need to clean your act up. You need to get your act together, because if your act's not together, PSG aren't gonna win anything. And you have never ever convinced me. I'm just saying you do what you feel like doing when you feel like doing it. Now you like me off the field. That's great. I do what I want to do sometimes too. But sometimes the law gets involved and fines are given out and penalties are given, bro. You're making money, but the jury's out, bro. The jury's out. And nobody is going to put you in the top echelon of player when your career's all said and done if you keep behaving like a baby. So stop it. Please stop. Okay, so did you know a fight broke out last week between two top contenders? You had Dillian Whyte, who got knocked out by Alexander Povetkin the last time they fought. They tried to get back in the ring in December. Povetkin got COVID and things didn't happen. It was a lot of restrictions. So we transitioned into the Rumble on the Rock. So the match actually took place in Gibraltar. And Dillian Whyte had a lot of making up to do from that first loss. I mean, he was the #1 contender for the WBC title. Oh, wow, Deontay Wilder was running wild and running rampant over the heavyweight division. He was even the #1 contender for Tyson Fury at one point. So he has had that position. He's never been given his just due. And Povetkin came out with one big punch. Shattered all his dreams. And I'm not talking about Goldust and WWF, brother man. I'm talking about dreams that actually matter. This guy lost his #1 contender spot, and he lost his little, interim heavyweight title that he had. Even though it's not little, it was massive. But he got his chance at redemption. And he absolutely bossed Alexander Povetkin. Povetkin, I just want to pay homage to you, brother man, because you've been through a lot of times in the big leagues. You've been through the Klitschko era. You've been through the Joshua era. You've been through the Tyson Fury era, the Deontay Wilder era, and you still try to get that precious, elusive world title. You aren't gonna do it. You're the wrong side of 40 now, and I just wish you a happy retirement, bro. Even if you haven't retired, I'm suggesting you do. But Alexander Povetkin, we love you. Dillian Whyte, you were back on top of the heap and you deserve a title shot. I don't want a second match between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. This man deserves his props and he should be getting them. So let's get it. Also happening in the UK this weekend, big fight coming up, big fight. Now, you remember Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn was one of the most decorated fighters of the 90s in England. He had epic battles with a lot of people. His son, Conor Benn, is trying to take that next step up. He is fighting Sam Vargas. Sam Vargas, who has been in the ring with people like Amir Khan. He has sparred with Cal Brook from Sheffield. This guy is something special. Conor Benn is fighting a guy who has no inhibitions, who doesn't listen to interviews. He doesn't listen to shows like this to hear people run him down. So Conor Benn, you have your work cut out for you, but we're pulling for you, my brother, and I hope that you do well. And we'll see you on Saturday night. So, across the pond, there has been beef brewing between one of my favorite comedians and actors of all time, Michael Rapaport, and the great Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Nets have Kevin Durant. Now, Durant, you've been playing great this year when you've played, but you don't play all the time. So it's one of those things where, like I said, idle hands are the devil's workshop, brother man. So you start messaging Michael Rapaport on Twitter, telling him that when you see him, you're gonna spit in his face and just all kind of homophobic slurs at him, bringing up this man's wife. Now, I admit that Michael Rapaport, he messed up Brokehood. He broke Brokehood by bringing out that same message. But at the same time, I understood why he did it. All he told you back in December of 2020 was, if you don't want to do an interview, He didn't even at you on Twitter, bro. All he said is if you don't want to do an interview, don't do it. And you feel some type of way because of that, you are brittle, you are thin-skinned, and brother man, you just don't have it in you to be a superstar. I always say that LeBron ain't got it in him, but that bro has it in him, bro. Like, I gain more respect for LeBron every day looking at you do whatever you're doing, because you're doing anything right now. You be on Twitter, you're probably messaging people's mamas that are dissing you right now, bro. Like, that's not good. You need to be focusing on your game. You need to be focusing on being a champion. Because Michael Rapaport, of course, we all love him. He is a great television personality. You know, he hates Trump. He hates this person. He hates that person. He has a problem with almost everything in life. But he didn't have a problem with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant went and kept talking and talking and talking until he talked himself into a $50,000 fine from the NBA for what was said. Now, brother man, I know you get to your limit where you don't feel that people should be addressing you in such a way, but people know you. You're on the camera 24/7. People feel like you are their brother or in this case, their sister. People feel like you're very emotional a lot of the time. And you need to stop being emotional, brother man, because you have games to win. You need to get back on the court. You need to think about your teammates. You need to think about where you want to go in the future, not Michael Rapaport. You shouldn't be harassing this guy. I mean, who is he? You get what I'm saying? So Kevin Durant, you're getting a thumbs down from me, buddy, for this week. I hope you get back on the court and do what your buddy Kyrie Irving is doing and scoring 40 on them Knicks and doing what he's supposed to do. You need to get like him again. So Kevin Durant, I digress. I'll sit back. I'll let you do what you do, but please stop tweeting other people and harassing them in the DMs because it's kind of creepy, especially if it's a dude to a dude. But let's go into the stud and the dud of the week. Now, my dud of the week, as we said before, it was pegging between Mourinho and Neymar. Now, Neymar is my dud of the week. Neymar, you need to do better, bro. Like, this whole past week, you've been a waste man. Like, you've literally been in the trash. You've literally been at the trash compactor picking out trash because you're trash too and you were trying to find, like a banana peel or, an old piece of scrap paper from a newspaper that said that you were great to identify with it. But you can't. You've been garbage and you can't stay garbage because you're too good to be garbage, bro. I don't want to make you my dud of the week. I want to make you my stud of the week, but bro, please just do what you have to do. Do what PSG pay you millions to do. It seems like on a weekly basis when you're never there when you have to be there. Please, Neymar, do what you have to do. Now, my stud of the week. I have to say it goes to Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, when you knocked out Alexander Povetkin and you took back your #1 contender spot, you showed the world that you can come back against adversity. You showed the world that you can take a crushing defeat. And like with me today, I felt defeated. It took kind words from a friend who told me, bro, just because you have a bad day, it doesn't mean that it has to be an off day. You don't take off. We keep winning and we stay winning. And Dillian Whyte, you showed us that today. Just like my friend showed me. So I'ma stay winning. I'ma keep hulking up and I'ma keep doing my thing. So at the same time, brother man, congratulations, you're my stud of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that it has been a great episode and I would like to thank you for coming and joining me in this episode. Because here at King Sports One, we stay winning. But please remember to like, share, and subscribe at our YouTube channel, King Sports One. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Also on Instagram at King Sports One. Now, baby, you see me? I'm looking clean. I'm feeling clean. And, I'm like Mr. Clean nowadays,
What's
you know.
up, my boy?
Same time, I
King
digress.
Sports One.
Pharrell and the Dude.
King
You know what I hear first.
Sports
You know we cover every turf.
One.
The best broadcast presenter. Danny T, the best broadcast presenter.